Jai Hind student, welcome to English class. Now students, as you all know, we have completed the chapter Kabuliwallah. Okay, we have done the explanation of the story. Now in this lecture, we will be discussing the exercises of this chapter Kabuliwallah. Now the first is the MCQ questions. Now answer after you have read the story for the first time. At the end of the story, you experienced a feeling of, first is joy, second sadness, third a combination of sadness and satisfaction, and the fourth is pity. So the correct answer is third option, that is a combination of sadness and satisfaction. Now question number 2. The story is told from the point of view of, that is, first is the narrator's daughter, then second the author, third the Kabuliwallah, fourth one of the character in the story. So the answer is the author. Now next, the story seems to be about the relationship between Minnie and the Kabuliwallah, the relationship between the narrator and the Kabuliwallah, the marriage of Minnie, the difficulties faced by the Kabuliwallah in a strange country far from his house. So the answer is the story seems to be about the relationship between Minnie and Kabuliwallah. This is the correct answer. Now let's come to the next question. Now read the story again and find these significant details. So you have to tell the details whatever is asked. Now the first is name of the narrator's daughter. So the name of the narrator's daughter is, answer is Minnie. Question number 2, the Kabuliwallah's name. Answer is Rahmun. Question number 3, the Kabuliwallah's home country. The answer is Afghanistan. Fourth, the Kabuliwallah's occupation. So he was a fruit seller. Next, how old the narrator's daughter was when she first met the Kabuliwallah. Answer is 5 years old. Next, 3 words or phrases to describe the physical size of the Kabuliwallah. So you can write any 3 words like gigantic appearance, okay, then tall turban or stout body. So you can use any 3 phrases or any 3 words to explain. Now next is the city in which the story is set. So the name of the city is Calcutta. Next, the season of the year in which the girl's marriage took place. The answer is autumn. Next, the name of the Kabuliwallah's daughter. So the answer is Parvati. Next, what was on the piece of paper which the Kabuliwallah carried close to his heart? So that piece of paper, it contains the impression of his daughter Parvati. Okay, impression of the hand of his daughter Parvati. Now next question is question number 3. Now here the extract is given, a few lines from the story is given, and based on these lines you have to answer the questions. Now, but we should not be tempted and only clung closer to me with all her doubts increase. This was their first meeting. Now the first question is, describe the first meeting between Rahmun and Minnie. So when the answer will be when Minnie first saw Kabuliwallah, okay, she overcome by terror and clung closer to her father in order to seek security. So this was the first meeting. First meeting जो हुई थी उसमें how they both have reacted. So the Minnie, she overcome by terror and clung closer to her father in order to seek security. Now the next is, why do you think she was frightened of him? How did the Kabuliwallah overcome the girl's fear and make friends with her? So how do you think she was frightened of him? By seeing his gigantic appearance. He was a giant like. He was looking like a giant. So she got frightened by seeing his gigantic appearance. And the Kabuliwallah overcome the girl's fear by making small offerings of raisins and almonds. Now the next is, how did Minnie's mother react to his friendship? How did her husband respond to her fear. So Minnie's mother, she was not happy, as you all know. So Minnie's mother thought that the Kabuliwallah was an outsider and he came from Kabul where slavery was very common. So she thought that he might kidnap Minnie. So she felt fear of Kabuliwallah. Okay, so now the next part is how did her husband respond to her fear. So as we all know, the author or the father of the Minnie, so he found no place on Minnie's her fear. The fear of her mother found no place on Minnie's father's mind, because her father felt that both of them, that Minnie and Kabuliwallah, they shared a beautiful relationship or a beautiful bond of love between them. So that's why her mother's fear found no place on Minnie's father's mind. Okay. Now next question, we being a little newfangled had kept these things from our child. Now the question is, what does the narrator mean by a little newfangled? So it means someone with progressive ideas and not following the old traditions or custom, forward looking, or you can say. Okay, next question, what had he kept from his child? So what they have kept, because he did not want his daughter to be influenced by the thought of marriage. Okay, so this thing they have kept away from his child. Now next is, what does this tell you about the narrator and his wife? So this tells us that they were forward looking and they did not believe in old custom and tradition. So these are the few answers. Now rest of the questions we'll be covering in the next lecture. So this is all, student. Thank you everyone.